Forgot what I was going to say. Hey, baby doggy. You go outside? Go outside? Come on. Go outside. Oh, she's such a cutums. Oh. Seriously, the most fun dog I've ever had. And I still love my dog, Basin May, who I had long, long ago. And, she's the first dog that was really ever mine. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Everything's fucked up. Look, I'm running on my generator here. I have a couple gallons of gasoline left. And I guess I could feel ashamed of how lame my life is. Certainly many people online tell me how, bad I am, but who the fuck are they? I don't care about them at all. Except a couple of friends who have become politically into their trip enough to think that I'm bad just because I don't agree with them on everything. In fact, I completely disagree with them on some things. Oh, look at that happy little dog. Look at her. She's way out there. She's just a joy. Life is better with a tiny little dog that has a fun time. Even though she's a tiny dog, and I don't even like tiny dogs. Except her. And so my earlier bigotry against little dogs was wrong. Sorry about that. I'm not much of a bigot, but I have come to the conclusion that almost everyone is a big bigot. They're horrible people, really. Most everybody. Not you, of course. You're just wonderful. And the people you hate, they're bad people. Except that you've forgotten that they, experienced different things than you did. And that they're not bad people. I don't know. Good, bad. It's hard to tell these things. What the hell's growing down here? Kind of weird gourd thing. I hope it's a bitter gourd. There was bitter gourds that grew one year. And I should have collected and made stuff out of them, collected seeds. Because that's actually a useful gourd. Oh, look how nice it is out here. Oh. I don't know what I want to talk about. I don't really want to talk about how fucked up my life is. Because, to be honest, no matter what happens... Oh, I was going to talk about death. I was just writing about death. I forgot. No matter what happens to me, I think I've made great decisions in my life. I've been a very kind person. I've helped a lot of people. And there's some things I regret. I was not always a kind person. And to one particular person who I'm not going to say their name, but I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry that I treated you the way I did. It's one guy. And I should have never been involved in that situation. And in some ways I could say that I helped him out by getting him out of a out of a very bad situation. It was going to get worse anyway. So, So I'm using the last bit of my gasoline to charge up a borrowed battery. Wait, did I finish my apology? Does it really matter? It's a little late for that. And apologies don't mean shit anyway. I mean, you do the bad things you do. And I did bad things to one person. And of course I've said many bad things according to other people. But most of them are wuss-ass weaklings. And they're looking for shit to be offended by anyway. So I'm happy enough to fill that role. I don't know, I guess I don't have a very high opinion of people. Which is bad because most of my interactions with people have been on social media for many years now. And that just isn't accurate. It's not even close. So I'm psychologically damaged by the set of influences I've allowed into my life, or more importantly, the influences I haven't had in my life that are mostly very good. Like I can insult men or women, and it's like, well, there's trivial differences, to be honest, and I know that that's going to piss some people off. But, same stuff, different frosting, biologically different strategy at life, and I have a slight preference for women. A big one, actually. But I've known good men. Not all men are bad. And I like to say funny stuff like, women are as bad as men. That's just to piss off the asshole feminists who hate men. And are gaining much control, but losing out a lot for women. Oh my God. Get control of your feminists, women. Because a bunch of them are just fucking asshole freaks. And the thing is, I understand that there's many asshole freak men, but trust me, most men think that they're asshole freaks too, okay? I don't even want to be associated with most men. Like, I don't consider them good people in any way. And so don't use them as an example that I'm supposed to be related to in any way, And I won't hold you responsible for the idiot women out there, because there's plenty of those, and they're dangerous, violent, obnoxious, stupid, sycophantic pigs, And when I say those things about some women, if you think I'm referring to all women, get a clue. But the sycophantic love of all women is ridiculous. Believe all women? Really? No. Believe the ones who are telling the truth. And so that one phrase is just disgustingly gross. Look at all these nice bracken ferns growing in here. You show up this time of year, you wouldn't think they would, but they do. They have those where I come from. Oh, there's a firefly down there. Cool. Oh, I should spend more time out here. I'm desperately trying to be online and communicate my visions for a better world, and not doing that great a job at it. And I'm trying to control my frustrations, which we all have, I hope, with how things are in the world. But I can assure you that hatred is not the best option. And I don't know when I'll die. I'm not afraid of death in any way. I do need to make a will. It's extremely important. I don't think it would cost that much. But I don't know who to will my land to, who would protect it. Look, pretty birds. These nice clouds out here. My camera sucks, so you don't get to see what I see, but this is really nice clouds. Or I could live another 20 years. And to be honest, I'm kind of indifferent. Like, if I make a will and die, I'm out. Somebody else can do some shit. I've already said everything I'm going to say. For now, anyway. If I don't live, and it's enough. I've said enough things about like how things could work. If I live another 20 years, then I have a lot of work to do to work with other people, and people are very annoying, to implement solutions and examples that other people can copy, because people can't really believe ideas, they believe what they can see. And I understand that, that's perfectly reasonable. But 20 fucking years more. I've been here 20 years now in the forest. And it has been what I sought. I have learned. I left my comfortable life, making lots of money in the industrial world, to go to another country where it's very difficult, and I tried really hard, actually, and I trusted people too much. That was, I think, my biggest problem, was I was too idealistic. I thought that people were good, and they're not. Now, maybe if I do another 20 years, then I can pick people more carefully, be more particular. And that could actually change everything. You know, even just going from alone, not taking care of myself, living a fairly shitty life. I mean, wonderful life, of course, living here, but not taking care of myself at all. Like, if I could actually locate some people with good values, then there could be a kind of cultural flourishing here. And I would change too, because my attitude would change. And my attitude currently is not good. And so, you know, I have to fix myself if I'm going to have, you know, involvement with good people, so I don't poison my own project. But there are good people out there. I really believe it. And I think I'm a good person. Flawed heavily, of course. But I don't damage other people, usually. Oh, there's a bunch of fireflies. They're everywhere. You probably can't see those either. There's also mosquitoes out here. I have to go around and look for any standing water, and I just passed some earlier. I'm basically breeding a bunch of mosquitoes. Now, I don't care about that, because I don't care if mosquitoes bite me. But other people are more attracted to mosquitoes, and they get bit more. So I should take care of that problem, among any, you know, billion other problems here. But maybe if I couched it in a way, if I suggest it in a way as a great opportunity that's difficult, and I attracted people who are up for the task of fixing something that is kind of fucked up. And, you know, they don't have to fix me personally, although I could probably use some personal attention on that as well. Jesus Christ, another mosquito. I hope I'm not becoming sweet to mosquitoes. Normally they don't like me that much. There was one woman here a long time ago and they just ate her alive. She was not happy. Or she was just more sensitive. She's a very sensitive, weird person, but whatever. Either way, mosquitoes bad. Don't have them. Here they don't have diseases, at least. Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a disease. But it's not as bad as other places in the world where mosquitoes are far more dangerous. And they carry diseases that don't exist here. So, I think, well, I've been thinking for a long time about the solution set for how to invite people here better. Because every single day, not everyone, but most of them, I get horrible, horrible people contacting me wanting something that just is awful. Most of them anonymous, and I'm very educated on what people are like, and I don't want them here. So nobody ever gives me a good proposal, a good business plan. For the few women that are interested in me, very few sound interesting to me. And I talk about women, but that's because I've been alone a long time, and all the best times in my life have been with women, so I do miss that interaction. But that's not the only thing in the world. In fact, that's not my primary goal. It's to make something valuable in the world, and if you're the kind of freak that I am, with the weird set of ideas I have, it's very easy for people to object to those ideas, right? Which is fine. And that's another reason I shouldn't even be public about most of them. But there's a whole bunch of other people that see similar problems that I see in the world. And they want solutions, just like I do. And they're willing to do a lot of work to create them. And I have this amazing base, this amazing place. And the relationships I've made, hi honey, he's so cutie baby. Oh, you good boy. Oh, you big boy. Yar, yar, yar. And so maybe I have some hope that I can partner in some way with some people who my resources and knowledge and base can serve well, and that we can create something together. But I have to figure out how to do that in a way not to get used, not to use them, but for win-win situations. And I don't know. How do you tell the difference between a good person and a bad person? And I don't think those are two categories. I think there's overlapping bell curves there. And I guess it's just, what's compatible with my visions and their visions, and what can work out. And it's hard because I know that no matter what I do, it's going to be a huge amount of work. Unpaid work as usual. But I also know I'm not alone. And that a lot of people, I read online and listen to people, and a lot of people are very frustrated, And so if part of what I can do is create some levels of success, or even failures are educational. I know all about that. And that might have an impact far beyond my own life that would be useful to people. So, I don't know, we'll see. I'm just trying to make it day by day at this point. I walked into town just trying to buy some food to eat that I like at all. And I don't even have fancy interests in food, but not a single store in town sells what I like to eat. So I have like a little bit left, and I know of a whole bunch of solutions for what I could do, but oh my God, it's going to be such a pain in the ass. I have to deal with people again, and I guess the hardest part for me is how to filter them out. And I do that in an environment where I'm just inundated with people who are horrible. I mean, because I'm so online, horrible people contact me. I mean, I could tell you stories, and I could tell you stories the last 20 years of what I've had to deal with. You know, if even 5% of the people that I've had to deal with are total sociopaths, it's way more than you've had to deal with. I've opened myself up to the world. I've made myself very vulnerable. And then I've had to try and live through that. And I've been threatened and attacked. And, you know, I'm still alive. And luckily, I'm a mostly good guy, so most bad people don't have interest in me. But it's astounding how much free time bad people have. Some of them, most of them are online, so it's fine. You know, it doesn't really matter. But it does matter in the sense that it lowers my view of humanity in general. So I hope you're doing better than I am, and certainly I'm sure you are, because I put myself in this position, and so I'm not talking as a victim of anything other than myself. You know, it's not a surprise that the world is the way it is. That's why we live in a shitty world. But I really do have some faith in myself that I can define better ways of being, that I can design different cultures that we could create, and that many people would be hugely fulfilled in those. And so I still think I'm fucking awesome. You know? We'll see. We'll see what happens. And at least I tried. And at least I'm stubborn. And I'll keep trying a little more. Good luck to you in your own efforts. I really hope that you're hardcore and that you love the people around you and take care of them without being their victim. It's a trick. I don't know. I gotta learn that trick. Goodbye.